So Dale Ahlquist, who are you? And who is G.K. Chesterton, more importantly?
Well, let's start with the more interesting question.
Okay.
Who are you and why are you interviewing me?
Because you're teaching for Homeschool Connections, which is what I do. I love Homeschool Connections, but I want to find out about your course in G.K. Chesterton.
You're Kevin O'Brien, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I've seen you on TV.
I'm on your show.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
So, yes, G.K. Chesterton, one of the great writers of the 20th century, who is now being discovered again in the 21st century, and prolific writer, wrote a lot of books, and hopefully we're going to be teaching lots of those books at Homeschool Connections.
Oh, that'll be great. So tell me, why should somebody study G.K. Chesterton? Isn't he hard to read and hard to understand?
He's not hard to read, he's not hard to understand. We should study him because he's the best writer of the 20th century.
Yeah, when you say that, you've read a lot of writers, haven't you?
I have. I've read everything that's ever been written.
You have?
Yes, yes. And
Wow.
Chesterton is the best writer of the 20th century and the easiest one to read of all of them.
But why is that?
You know why?
Yeah.
Because Chesterton is full of joy. His joy comes out through his writing. His sense of wonder comes out. His pinpointed attack at error comes out. He tells the truth. He tells it with a wonderful style that is unmatchable.
And of course, Orthodoxy, which is one of the classes you teach, is maybe his greatest book, right?
Well, in some ways it's his most important book because, as I've described it before, it's the trunk of the tree and all the other branches of Chesterton are connected to that book. So that's the essential book that you have to read in order to read all of Chesterton.
But how did Chesterton change your life?
Chesterton changed my life utterly.
Yeah.
He got me on TV.
But that's not the important thing.
No, that's
I mean,
not
we're on
important at
TV
all.
right now, and that means nothing.
What?
Yeah, we are.
This is
This is
changing.
TV. No, don't worry about it.
All right.
But it's more important. What did he actually do for you as a human being?
Chesterton taught me how to think.
Yes.
And he brought me from a place where I was in grave error. He brought me to the Catholic Church. And I'm one of many people that, through reading Chesterton, was brought all the way to the Catholic
Me
Church.
too. Yeah, he converted me as well.
So that's as life-changing as it gets. But besides that, since he is a complete thinker, he writes about everything, Chesterton gives you a complete philosophy. And that's one of his great importance, is that not only did he bring me to the truth of the Catholic Church, he taught me how to think more clearly about art, about politics, about economics, philosophy, and all those things, and puts them together in a cohesive and coherent manner.
So studying Chesterton is sort of a way to begin studying everything and understanding everything.
In a way, studying Chesterton is a complete course in itself, a complete education.
Oh.
And what's interesting is when you've studied some Chesterton, you see in everything else that you read and you encounter how Chesterton has dealt with that and how that fits into this complete and coherent philosophy. He does write about everything, and it's kind of thrilling.
What does he say about how if you're studying God or looking at the church, you're really studying everything? What's that quote?
Yeah, what is that?
What is
quote,
that quote? I
Kevin?
have no idea. It's something about
Studying
how-
everything, you're studying everything.
There's nothing that's like you can.
Yeah, it's nothing.
everything's-
Oh, I know what you're talking.
Okay,
Yeah, I know
okay,
the quote. Yeah.
Well, what is it?
Oh, yeah. The quote is, "Things can be irrelevant to the proposition that Christianity is false, but nothing can be irrelevant to the proposition that Christianity is true, because when you talk about God, you are talking about everything, and that truth of the incarnation is a truth that affects all other truths." Only about half of that was the actual Chesterton quotation.
But still,
Yeah.
studying Chesterton is a way of understanding God, which is a way of understanding everything.
Chesterton always points to God.
He always
in
points to
everything.
God, which is why he's really a saint, and we know there's an official cause that's opening.
Well,
correct?
the cause we hope will be open very soon,
Right.
but right now it is the church is going through the process of investigating the proposition of opening the cause, and there's a great devotion to Chester, and that's one of the things that is going to probably bode well for the cause opening up, because there are a lot of people who would like to see him raised to the altar.
Well, I want to tell you, Dale, that if anybody ever asks me, where should I start in reading Chesterton, I tell them about your books, because you're a great teacher of Chesterton, and you're able to take everything he talks about and explain it in a way that really opens the door to understanding him as a writer.
Well, my books are designed to introduce people to Chesterton, but with the Homeschool Connections, I'll be taking people into individual Chesterton texts and hopefully it'll be a welcoming experience, because there's nothing as good as reading the real thing.
Oh, sure. So you're not reading a textbook on Chesterton.
Nah.
You're reading Chesterton.
Chesterton.
And you're teaching it, and you're the president of the American Chesterton Society. And one of the founders of Chesterton Academy, in fact.
Yes.
So you're the guy. You're the source. And you can't take a class from Dale Ahlquist anywhere else but Homeschool Connections if you want to study with Dale online, right?
That's what he said.
It's true.
All right.
Hey, Dale, it's really nice to meet you. I hope I see you again someplace.
Kevin, I've been looking forward to meeting you for years.
Me too. I've been on your show for a long time.
That's right.
It is. Okay.